Jeff. Here's the countdown. Let's go live in 3, 2, 1, and cue.
Well, hello everyone. I don't know about you, but this has felt like a very long week indeed, but we have made it to a Friday. Thanks for joining us for First Alert Weather Extra. I am Jeff Morrow. Pleased of you to join us, and what a beautiful morning it has been. Very comfortable outside, a little bit of a breeze. We've got some low humidity and some cooler temperatures out there this morning. And what a picturesque scene it is right now on False River live from our Sky 9 camera, brought to you by Our Lady Lake. Got some people out on the docks, even a boater out on the water. Tell you what, this is the place you're going to want to do the boating for the weekend, because we're going to have a very different forecast. Inland areas versus the coast. The coast, yeah, we could have some inundation of rainfall down there, but inland areas probably hard to find much in the way of rainfall. So this is kind of the breakdown of what to expect in terms of weekend rain chances, likely occurrence. So off and on showers and storms expected along our coastal parishes. And then as you go inland, gradually stepping down. So more of a scattered variety as you go towards south of the interstate corridor, along the interstate corridor and up towards the state line. More of just an isolated chance for some showers. And then as you go across the state line, talking more or less about a straight chance for a shower. So basically kind of breaking down to about 60% or higher in terms of a rain chance, anywhere from 30 to 50% here, and then around 20 and 10% as you go farther towards the north. So bottom line, we're going to be dealing with lots of rain along the coast, less rain as you go farther inland. The other thing to think about is also going to be the wind. Now, we're already starting the breezy conditions for today, but we're going to have some downright windy conditions along the coast, thanks in large part to the thunderstorm action out there. So we do have a small craft advisory for our coastal waters that remains in place all the way through the weekend. For inland lakes and bays, we're talking about small craft use caution, as we could have some wind speeds upwards of 15 to 20 knots at times during the weekend. So that's just one extra thing to keep in mind for maybe staying farther inland with your boating plans as opposed to along the coast. So here's what's going on. We got this disturbance down here in the northern Gulf. That disturbance is going to lead to lots of showers and storms kind of hugging along the coast. Now at times they may try and sneak a little bit farther inland, but still for this afternoon, relatively dry and relatively clear for inland areas, especially around Metro Baton Rouge. You can still see this off and on impact in terms of the showers and thunderstorms that roll in as we look towards the beginning of the weekend. So here we are Saturday morning, here we are Saturday afternoon. A few of those showers starting to sneak a little bit farther inland, but it's really going to be Sunday, we think, that we'll see our best opportunity of rain across our entirety of the viewing area. May linger into Monday too. So the disturbance kind of sits here in the western Gulf. You can see showers and storms starting to wrap their way inland as we go into the day on Sunday. This is the low starts to maybe drift a little bit farther towards the north. So as it does that, we'll still have some lingering showers in the forecast as we go into Monday as well. So we're watching for at least an increase in rain chance for the early part of next week. So Sunday, Monday, that's going to be the opportunity, especially for inland areas, to see passing showers and storms. But it's today through the weekend and then lingering into the early part of next week that the coastal communities are going to be dealing with widespread, if not off and on, showers and thunderstorms. And you can see as we go into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, or Monday, excuse me, still a few more showers and storms to get through. So let's talk about rain amounts. This is going to be quite the gradient as we look towards the coast. We're talking about some reds, some oranges, shades of color. So we're talking about 2, 3, 4+ inches of rain. So 1 to 3 kind of around New Orleans metro areas down towards the coast, including areas like Grand Isle, if that's the kind of plan you had for the weekend. And then as you go farther inland, we're talking about gradually less in terms of rain amounts. So 1/4 to maybe an inch of rainfall along and just south of the interstate corridor. And then as you go more north of the interstate corridor, less than 1/4 of an inch. Now this is a forecast that goes out 7 days, but majority of this rain is expected to fall kind of between the Saturday and Monday time frame. So really almost a 3 to 4 day rainfall total estimate here. So in terms of impacts here, we could see some localized flood concerns for low-lying, poorly drained areas, but less in terms of flood concerns as you go farther inland. So that's a quick check there of your forecast. And again, we're going to have some rain down along the coast, but overall probably going to be less of an impact for us in inland areas. Thanks for joining us on this First Alert Weather Extra. I'll have more for you coming up on 9 News at noon.